Recording, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I know you didn't. You guys don't get Blush Bear. I don't know why. I don't get it. Okay. Go. What is it?
Z minus 5, and then Z plus 8.
Perfect.
Are you allowed to have Z plus 8 and Z minus 5?
Yes.
That's okay. Are you allowed to have Z minus 8 and Z plus 5? No. Why? Because when you expanded it, you wouldn't get this. Oh, well done, everyone. These are all worth 1. What's this guy?
Oh, y plus 5, y plus 4.
Yay! Ooh, Barfy doesn't look like these ones, so what should I do? Simplify! All right. Any other x squareds?
Yes.
Yeah, one right there. 2x squared. Any other x's?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, one right there. What is it?
Negative
-12x. Any other 8s?
No.
No. 2, 12, 8. Divide by 2. X squared minus 6x plus 4. Oh, that looks like this. Are there any factors of 4 that add to 6? No, so we're done. Yay! What do you notice about that and that?
Divide by 5.
No! They add together because they are like terms. And I get 18k squared minus 18k. Now what do you see? 18, 18k, k. I divide by 18k. And I get k minus 1. Yay! Here's your cake covered in spit. Thank you. It's not just an Indian birthday party. Everybody blows spit all over the cake when they blow. Oh, they all blow out the candles? Oh, even better.
Can you that? Wait, not to be weird, but like every Indian birthday party I've ever been to, they've always like sort of like feeding each other cake.
We all feed the birthday person.
Why?
I don't know.
And we take pictures.
If there's 400 people in the hall, 400 will literally feed.
And there's pictures being taken.
Okay. Stop. 5. 6x cubed y. 6x cubed y. 4x minus 3. Yay! X plus 9. X minus plus 16. X squared minus 16. Now stop! If you got to here, you get full mark. But if you did this,
I didn't do that.
you get a bonus mark.
Why the frick would you do that?
Because you have squared and squared, just like you had there.
Well, then why don't you do that? Then I'll do X.
Because you can't do it with the positive. That's why you get full marks for that and double if you saw that. Hey, Gervine, would you like some cake? Thank you. All right. Hey, we're back. We're back. We're back. What math is happening right there? Distributive. Stop. What math is happening right there? So, would you be allowed to distribute this, distribute that, collect your like terms, and factor at the end of it? Excellent. Good. Let me offer you another solution. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. What is happening right there? Multiply. What is happening right there? Multiply. Which means this x is a factor, isn't it? Because it's x times something. What are these brackets doing to x minus 2? What do brackets do? Keep it safe and together, yes? Which makes x minus 2 a factor, doesn't it? Isn't it right here again? So isn't that a factor? And aren't those both common? So what's the greatest common factor? X minus 2 and x minus 2. I write that at the front. What's the answer here? Cancel, cancel. X plus, cancel, 3. Done. Now, since I love you all as much as I do, I'm going to give you another way to make that easy on yourself. Is that the final answer? Yes, that's the final answer. What do you see? We've already established that those are the same, yes? So, watch. Isn't this, if I write A equals x minus 2, then isn't this x times A plus 3 times A? Isn't it? And you can plainly see A is common to both, yes? Yeah. So I would divide out an A, and I would get A and x plus 3, correct? Is there an A anywhere in here? No, what is A?
2.
No, A is x minus 2. So this A becomes x minus 2. Okay? Now, does that nice trick apply here? Yes, it does. 2A plus B times A minus B. Right? Now, number 10 is scary. Sure.
For number 9, I got you an answer, but can you just go through that?
Yeah. This is a factor. This is a factor. They're both common. So I divide out A minus B, The greatest common factor goes first, and then the answers, cancel, 2A, cancel, plus B goes second. Now, when you do it this way, as always, what way did I show you first? What's actually happening? Then I gave you this handy-dandy shortcut to make it way easier. I just make this any letter and this the same any letter. So I could have 2AQ plus BQ. Q is in both. Q comes out. 2A plus B. But there is no Q because Q is A minus B. So this is now A minus B. Do whatever you want. Now, thanks, Ganika. What then looks similar in 10, but isn't quite? That and that are pretty close, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I need the 2x to be positive and the 3 to be negative. What can I do here to change it? I can divide it by what? Negative 1. Why?
Because it makes it look
Because negative 1 is a factor of everything, isn't it? So I'm going to bring out a negative 1. What's already out here? Negative 5. So what does it become? Positive 5. And what does this now become? 2x minus 3. Because my negative 2x divided by negative 1 to become positive. My positive 3 divided by negative 1 to become negative. Now, are they the same? Now, can I use the A trick? XA plus 5A. What comes to the front? A. What stays here? X plus 5. There's no A in the question. What's A really? 2x minus 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will it work to do all of the distribution, gather up all the like terms, get a new trinomial, and then factor it? Yes. What sounds like more work? That. Does everybody see how this little trick works? It is going to be extraordinarily useful to you as you go ahead in math class. Necessary? No. Useful? Yes. Use it as you see fit. Clear? All right. And then, down here, 2 simple multiplications. X plus 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 3 x plus 3 times x squared plus 6x plus 9, x cubed plus 6x squared plus 9x plus 3x squared plus 18x plus 27 equals x cubed plus 9x squared plus 27x plus 27. And this one, 10x squared minus 6xy plus 20xy minus 12y squared, 10x squared minus 14, I lie, plus 14xy minus 12y squared. Nope, it's done. I just wanted it expanded. You're done. It says expand, so it is expanded. Making this whole page out of 12 with the possibility of 13 out of 12. Aight? Turn the page over. Quick reminders. Factoring type 1. Don't write it down, just look. 24x cubed y to the 4th z squared minus 18xy z to the 3rd. What type of factoring is that?
the dividing common
GCF. What's the greatest common factor?
x, y, z.
Close.
6.
6 x y z squared. Where does that go?
At the start.
To the front. And then my answers. 4x squared y cubed minus 3z. Type 1. Everybody good, right? Excellent. Type 2. X squared plus 14x plus 49. What do I need?
The x in the bracket.
I need to add to 14 and multiply to 49. What are they? 7 and 7. X plus 7. X plus 7. How did I know it was plus and plus? Because everything's positive. What if it was negative 14? If that's positive and that's negative, then what must these both be?
Negative.
Both negative. Right?
Yeah.
What if What if that one's negative? Then what do you know?
Then it's plus or minus.
X plus, x minus, and you have to multiply to what? 14. Add to what?
5.
What is it? 7 and 2. How do 7 and 2 get me to 5? It's got to be plus 7 minus 2. Everybody good on all two kinds of factoring you've been taught?
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's go on to number 3, which, as I have said, you already know. Expand that for me. Properly. Show every step. What is the relationship between everything highlighted green? X squared has the square root of x and x, or the inverse, x times x is x squared. What is the relationship between everything highlighted pink? 4 and 4 multiplies together to make negative 16. Everybody cool? All right. Now, this is about the 5th time you've seen this, right? But the other times I left the middle one in there, right? But we would never leave that, okay? So, look at the name of this type of factoring. Difference of squares. Difference means what math? That is cocktail bubbly. It's my fave. Difference means what? Subtraction. Squares must mean I have a square on both sides, yes? So if I have something squared minus something else squared, I have a difference of squares, and I can do this. And the shortcut here is, what was the first answer when I'm factoring? Square root of the first thing. Square root of that guy. Plus square root of that guy. Then I just write it again. Everybody cool? So, let's look at that very first one. They gave you a very hard one to start out with. Is that a perfect square? How do you know? Because 16 is? No, 16 is even, which means it can be split into 2 equal groups, yes? So what would the square root of x to the 16th be? X to the 8th. There's the square root of 16, correct?
Yeah.
Square root of x to the 16th. X to the 8th. What's the square root of 1? Plus 1. And then what do? I write it again. X to the 8th minus 1. Am I done? Why am I not done? Because that is a perfect square. That is a difference. That is a perfect square. Do I keep going? Can I forget about this first factor? Am I ever allowed to forget about other factors? No. X to the 8th plus 1. What's here? Plus 1. Then what? Am I done? Why not? Perfect square, subtract, perfect square. Huh. Can I forget about the first 2 factors?
No.
No. X to the 8th plus 1. X to the 4th plus 1. X to the 2 plus 1 and x squared minus 1. Am I done? I surely must be done. Don't call me Shirley.
No.
What do?
Oh my god. Wait, is this the only way?
Yep.
Can't you just go 4
x what? Plus 1 and x minus 1. Now I'm done. Why? No square root, no square root.
Oh, so you have to get rid of it completely. Okay, I have another question. How come from 16 we went to 8 and not 4?
Good question. What is the square root of x to the 16th? What does square root mean? I'm looking for groups of what? Groups of 2. X squared, x squared, x squared, x squared, x, 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? I'm taking out groups of 2, right? So I'm going to take out 1x. Right? That takes me down to x to the 14th, right? Because I took out a group of 2. Then bring out another x. Takes me down to 12. Bring in another x. Takes me down to 10. And eventually I'm going to end up with 8 x's out here because x to the 8th times x to the 8th is x to the 16th, which must mean the square root of x to the 16th is x to the 8th. Good? Suhani.
How did you get x in plus 1 and then 4? Oh, wait, never mind. I read wrong.
Okay. Now, does number 2 look different?
Yeah.
Yes. Does number 2 look similar?
Yeah.
How could I alter number 2 so it would be something you could easily see? If that was gone, would you know what to do?
Yeah.
What would it be?
You divide by
X plus 15, because you've all memorized the square roots like I asked you to do. And then x minus 15. Okay. What if there was no x there? What would it be?
one, just replace it.
Y. Y. So what do we do when they're both there?
Just do that.
Just that. Because xy times xy is x squared y squared. Any questions? Exact same concept all the way along, even if it looks different. Like this. Does this look different?
No. From the
What's the square root of that?
4.
Z to the 4th. Oops. Plus what? 12. Then what?
Z to the 4th minus.
Am I done?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
You're not done.
Really? Why am I done, Arsh? 12 has no square root.
Forgot about it. Stop.
Everybody good? Uh-oh. What? Yep. Yep. What is the title of this page, Jasleen? No, it's cool. What's the title of the page? Difference of squares, yeah? 12 isn't a square. So this is a difference of square and nothing, not squares. Cool? Okay. What about 4? If there was no 4 there and no 25 there, could you do it? Okay. If there was no y there, could you do it? It would be 2 and 5. So what's the answer? 2x cubed plus 5y and then
2x cubed
minus
minus.
5y. Yay! Do I ever leave that much white space? No. Why? What about this? X minus 7 squared minus 81.
You put the exponent in, so it's x minus 14.
What do you want to do here? Expand, don't you? You can't distribute. There's a minus. You want to expand that. If only Mr. Myers had given you a simple thing that could save the day. A equals x minus 7. What do you see written right there? So what can I write? A squared minus 81. What's square root of A? A. What's square root of 81? 9. A minus 9. But there is no A. What's A? X minus 7 plus 9. What's negative 7 plus 9? X plus 2. What's A? X minus 7 minus 9. What's 7 minus 9? Negative 16. Now,
Where did you pull the A squared minus 81?
okay,
Oh, I thought you said what's 7 minus 9?
Wait, did you make that up since you
make what up? This move?
I get it.
To be perfectly honest, Brendan, I did, because when I was taught this, the teacher just said to me, well, this is all one thing, isn't it? So if it's x squared, the square root of x squared equals x, right? So obviously the square root of x minus 7 squared is x minus 7. But when I just show that, which I used to do to kids, they were like, holy crap, I don't get it. So I added this move where I said, this is my personal invention, other teachers use it, but when I was teaching math, nobody had showed me that. I said, well, why don't I just do this? Because I recognize what to do with that. Because that is exactly the same as that, isn't it? So I do what I know, a plus 9, a minus 9, and then I say to myself, self, there's no a up there. I have made that a that.
Wait, I still don't understand where the X7 is.
It was already there, Suhani. That is the question.
The 9 is
I made a equal that so I could change how it looks to make it easy. Okay, wait. 3x cubed minus 27x. What would you do with that? I don't care.
5.
Of course you would simplify. What do you mean, Sean?
3x.
You would take out a 3x, leaving you with what?
X.
X squared
9. I think 3. No, 9. Wait.
minus 9.
Oh, no.
Now what? Yeah, it's just like what, Preston? All the other ones. Plus 3, x minus 3.
Why is it x squared minus 9?
Because
Oh, it's x cubed.
x cubed.
You know, this math, like, we did this like in grade 8, it just, you just have to like revise it, you know? You have to memorize it.
All right. Last thing. Yes, Suhani? Okay. Barf. What do you all want to do? Expand it, collect the like terms, factor it. Crap ton of work. Have I given you a way to make it easier? What's that? A squared. What's that? B squared. What's the square root of a squared? A plus the square root of b squared. B. Then what? A minus b. What's a? X minus 7 plus, what's b? 3 minus x. What's x plus minus x? Nothing. 0. What's negative 7 plus 3? Negative 4. That's your first factor. Now we do a minus b. What's a?
Wait, how did you get -4?
Negative 7 plus 3. What's a? X minus 7. Minus, what's b? 3 minus x. What's x minus x? X plus x, which is 2x. What is negative 7 minus 3? Negative 10. Everybody okay? This is the hardest thing you have seen in math up till now. By far. And yet, how easy can you make it? You don't even need to do the steps. It's the square root of the first one. X minus 7 plus square root of the second one. 3 minus x. Now, 1 second. Would you do anything with that? What would you do with that, Arsh? You would factor a 2 out of there too, wouldn't you? But let's get to that later. Okay? What?
Why isn't there a 2x with a negative 4?
Where?
Like when it was x minus
Because it's x plus negative x.
Oh.
So they disappear.
Okay.
That's the hardest factoring you have seen. Now, stop for a second. I know the day is almost over, but I want to show you guys something. This right here is x squared minus 14x plus 49, isn't it? Right? Minus, this is 9 minus 6x plus x squared, isn't it?
Where'd the 6 come from? Yes.
Did FOIL.
Okay. X squared minus x squared. What do I get? X squared, take away x squared.
Nothing.
Gone. Negative 14 minus 6.
Negative 8.
Negative 8x. 49 minus 9.
40 plus 40.
Take out a negative 4. 2x minus 10. You're welcome to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. Half of you asked me how that came about. And all it was FOIL. Like half the class said, "What's that?" You do what you want, Sophie.
Recorded, right?
It's all recorded. There's a reason I'm showing you this move, ladies and gentlemen. Although it frightens you now,
So we should do that one because it's
do whatever you want. But as I have said to you numerous times in the past, you're seeing this for the first time. I'm seeing this for the 3,000th time. Who probably has a more efficient way of doing it?